No one is coming to save you. Not your future self. Not the perfect opportunity. Not motivation. Not some sudden moment of clarity where everything finally becomes easy. That is the first brutal truth. And until you accept it completely, your life will keep being shaped by delay, disguised as hope. Most people are not stuck because life is impossible. They are stuck because they are still waiting to feel ready, waiting to feel confident, waiting to feel less afraid, waiting for the world to become less demanding before they decide to become stronger. But the world does not pause for hesitation. It keeps moving, and while you wait, your habits harden, your excuses become more convincing, and your life slowly takes the shape of your avoidance. Stoicism begins where illusion ends. It begins when you stop asking who will rescue you and start asking what you have been refusing to face. So here are 7 brutal Stoic rules that can fix you, not by making life softer, but by making you harder to deceive. Rule 1. Stop waiting to become ready. Readiness is one of the mind's favorite lies. It tells you that action should come after certainty, after confidence, after fear disappears. But confidence is not what comes first. Action is. Clarity is built through movement, not before it. The person you want to become is not waiting somewhere ahead of you, fully formed and prepared. That version is built only by acting while still uncertain. Every day you wait for the perfect mental state, you strengthen dependence on ideal conditions, and ideal conditions rarely arrive. Rule 2. Your excuses are not thoughts, they are habits. Most excuses do not sound weak, they sound reasonable. I need more time. This isn't the right moment. I'll start when things calm down. That is what makes them dangerous. They do not arrive as obvious self-sabotage. They arrive as logic. But if the result is always inaction, then the excuse is not guiding you. It is preserving your comfort. A disciplined mind learns to question any thought that consistently leads away from effort. Not every thought deserves respect just because it came from inside your head. Rule 3. Stop treating discomfort like danger. This is where many people quietly ruin themselves. They feel resistance and assume something is wrong. They feel anxiety and interpret it as a sign to stop. They feel difficulty and decide the path must not be for them. But discomfort is not always a warning. Often it is proof that something real is being demanded from you. Seneca understood this. Difficulty is not what makes action impossible. Avoidance is. If you train yourself to escape discomfort every time it appears, you will never build anything strong enough to outlast your moods. Rule 4. Your mind must be observed, not obeyed. Most people live as servants to their first impulse. They wake up tired and believe the day is ruined. They feel doubt and assume they should delay. They get criticized and let the moment define their self-worth. But the mind is not always honest. Often it reacts faster than reality deserves. Stoicism teaches that the first impression is automatic, but your second judgment is a choice. That distinction changes everything. You do not control the first surge, but you do control whether you feed it, believe it, and build your day around it. Awareness is where discipline begins. Rule 5. Comfort is weakening you more than failure ever did. Failure is visible. Comfort is subtle. That is why comfort is often more dangerous. It lowers your standards slowly. It makes ease feel normal and effort feel excessive. It teaches you to choose convenience over growth so often that eventually resistance feels intolerable. The Stoics did not reject comfort because pleasure was evil. They distrusted dependence on it. Anything you require in order to function owns part of you. If your discipline disappears the moment life becomes inconvenient, then your discipline was never solid. Build a mind that can act without needing comfort first. Rule 6. Stop thinking you are the exception. One of the quietest forms of weakness is the belief that your struggle is uniquely unfair, that your pain deserves special exemption, that your circumstances should somehow excuse your hesitation. This mindset isolates you. It makes every difficulty feel personal, every obstacle feel insulting, every delay feel like proof that life is against you. But you are not outside the conditions of being human. Difficulty is not targeting you. It is part of the structure of life. The moment you stop asking why this is happening to you and start asking what must be done next, you take your power back. Rule 7. Take full responsibility for your response, even when nothing is your fault. This may be the hardest rule of all, because people love blame more than they love progress. Blame gives emotional relief. Responsibility gives movement. Something may not be your fault, but it is still your responsibility if it is now in your life. Stoicism does not care who caused the fire. It asks whether you will stand there complaining or start putting it out. The more completely you accept ownership over your thoughts, actions, standards, and responses, the more stable you become. And stability is power. Now, all of this leads to one unavoidable truth. Fixing yourself is not a breakthrough. It is a pattern. Most people want a dramatic shift, one defining day, one perfect decision that changes everything. But real change is quieter than that. It happens when you stop negotiating with the same weakness every morning. It happens when you act before you feel ready, question excuses before they guide you, and choose effort before your mind can romanticize avoidance. Marcus Aurelius did not fix himself in one moment. He returned to the same truths over and over, because the mind drifts, it forgets, it softens, it looks for escape. That is why discipline is not a mood. It is repetition. Repetition of the right thought, repetition of the right action, repetition of the same internal standard until it becomes stronger than comfort. And this is where your life starts to change. Not when your circumstances improve first, but when your response to them becomes harder, cleaner, more deliberate. The world may stay chaotic, people may stay disappointing, progress may stay slow, but none of that matters as much once you stop expecting life to become easier before you become stronger. So if you want to fix yourself, stop searching for a softer path. Stop waiting to feel different. Stop asking for more time from a life already moving. Stop handing authority to moods, excuses, comfort, and blame. Fix your mind, and your life will begin to follow, because no one is coming. And the moment you stop needing that to be false is the moment you finally become dangerous to your old self.